So I'm from a large family. I have 12 brothers. And one year, a few of my brothers decided to move out together and get an apartment. And nobody ever really specified whose job it was going to be to kind of tidy up and to keep the place clean. But it was a male only household with all these brothers. And then the cleaning becomes an issue, like whose job is it and who's supposed to do what. And it sparked a whole bunch of interesting questions. Anyway, we're going to answer those questions today. Hi there, I'm Angela Brown, and this is Ask a House Cleaner. This is a show where you get to ask a house cleaning question, and I get to help you find an answer. Now, today's show is brought to us by Speed Cleaning, which is a whole entire line of eco-friendly cleaning products. And these are products for your home that are safe for your pets, they're safe for kids, they're safe for you, they're safe for professional house cleaners, they're safe for Airbnb hosts who use them in their own properties and then leave them available for guests that may want to tidy up between their stay while they're staying with you. So speedcleaning.com, there's a whole entire list of eco-friendly products that we're going to introduce to you today. All right, now on to today's show. The co-owner of Speed Cleaning is joining us. And not only is she the co-owner, but she is an icon in the cleaning industry. This woman has done more for the house cleaning industry than probably any other person single-handedly. She created the foundation, which is a nonprofit organization that sends out house cleaners to homes where there are people that are undergoing cancer treatments. And they offer these free cleanings as kind of a charitable donation. She's an author. She runs Facebook groups. She's a podcaster. She does all these amazing things, and she's a developmental coach for other house cleaning business owners who want to grow and expand their businesses. So this is an amazing woman who has done so much for the cleaning industry. Please help me welcome the amazing, the one and only, Debbie Sardone.
Honestly, Angela, I have found sometimes men are the best cleaners. It's amazing. Some of my best cleaning employees have been men in the past because they literally pick up the furniture when they vacuum. And I don't know a single woman that does that. So men are great at cleaning too, but they tend to be very tactical and they like to work from a list and they like to be very specific and intentional about their approach to cleaning. So when it comes to guys in the home, the very best thing to do is divvy up the responsibilities and make sure each person knows what they are responsible for. Are you the bathroom person? Are you the kitchen person? Are you the duster and the floors? So divvy up the responsibilities and be very specific.
How does a guy even know when his house is dirty? Lots of guys just don't seem to even notice.
Well, one way the guys know the house is dirty is when guests come in the door and they're like, "What's that smell? Have you been cooking fish?" And you haven't cooked fish in a week. So, the first sign to know the house is dirty is that you actually feel embarrassed when you have guests over. Because oftentimes you don't think about the way the house looks if it doesn't bother you until you know somebody's going to walk through those doors and you take a quick look around and you realize, wow, the floors are dirty. There's pet hair in the corners of the kitchen. There's dust on my tables. And what is that funny odor?
If there are certain tasks in the house that, let's say, that nobody would ever come and point out, like changing the bed linens, for example, or doing the laundry, how would a guy know that it's time to change the bed linens or do the laundry?
I'm a big believer in getting on a system. And so rather than waiting till they seem dirty or they smell bad, the best way to keep up with things like changing the bed linens is to plan on changing it every week. Or if you feel more comfortable doing it every other week, that's fine. But plan on every Saturday or every other Monday, strip the beds, wash them, and just make it easy on yourself. Dry them and throw them back on the bed. Then you don't have to fold anything.
And so now, if there are guys that decide, okay, well, my house does need a little tidying up, what kind of cleaning supplies would you recommend that are going to be easy for a guy to use?
So I am a believer in keeping everything simple. When we complicate things, we make it too hard to do. So for example, a guy's cleaning caddy should be simple. It shouldn't have 10, 15 different cleaning products that he's got to figure out, where do I use this again, and read the labels. Who has time for that? So this is an example. I brought some red juice with me today, and this is our non-toxic all-purpose cleaner. It can clean literally every surface in the house safely. You can clean floors with it. You can clean countertops with it. You can clean the toilets with it. We also happen to have another product called Blue Juice. It's light duty cleaner and it's for glass and mirrors and shiny faucets and so forth. The best way to succeed is keep it simple. Don't have a complicated array of chemicals. So, all purpose cleaner, glass cleaner, a mild cleanser for the toilets or the bottom of the shower, a soap scum cleaner, and something to clean the floors with. Keep it simple.
And then a side note about dusting. Do you recommend a duster or a microfiber cloth?
I actually recommend both. If you're keeping up with the household chores, and you're not letting it get behind and have a lot of buildup by the time you do clean, then you can use the microfiber cloth and some furniture polish for the dirtiest, dustiest surfaces with fingerprints and grime. But then you can use a high quality microfiber duster to keep up with things that really don't get that dirty. You're kind of keeping it from getting dirty. So, a good high quality microfiber duster or an ostrich feather duster works really well on maintaining pictures, blinds, moldings, baseboards, and trim.
And then I have to ask a male only question. Do you do the dusting or the vacuuming first?
I'm really glad you asked that question. I'm a big believer in doing the dusting first, and the finishing touches is the vacuuming. And so, if you're maintaining the dusting, you're not dealing with large plumes of dust. You're really keeping things from getting dirty. So, when you dust, there's minimal amounts of dust falling to the carpet. You vacuum it up, and then you have the finishing touch.
That is fantastic. Thank you so much. Now, I know that all of our men only households are going to get a lot of information from this, but I believe you also have a store where they can pick up the things that you just mentioned. Is that true?
You can go to speedcleaning.com and click on the Shop Online tab. There's actually a kit to make it easy. So you can buy the Total Home Care Kit. It's got the sh-mop to clean your floors. It's got all the necessary cleaning supplies for your caddy. It even includes a vacuum, or you can purchase it without the vacuum. We also have what we call a grab and go kit. A lot of cleaning services around the country will order their own grab and go kit every time they hire an employee. The guys can just order one grab and go kit, even though they're not going anywhere. It's filled with things like rubber gloves, the sh-mop to clean the floors, the all-purpose cleaners, the glass cleaners, the shower cleaners, the scrubbing brushes. Everything you need to clean the house is in the grab and go kit, or get the Total Home Care Kit.
All right, my friends, that was Debbie Sardone. I promised that you were going to have a good time, right? All right, thank you, Debbie, so much for joining us today. And I'm going to leave links in the show notes to all of the speed cleaning products so that me and all my friends can check them out and we can find out more about the stuff that you shared with us today. If we found this helpful, please let's pass it on to our friends. If we've earned your subscription, please let's subscribe. And until we meet again, let's leave the world a cleaner place than when we found it.